Spark Chief on the thing. We've seen some from him, and I remix as well. And I can never stand going on this side of the point, man. But they love it. They're going in immediately. NK trying to get that pick here, Dogman.
Yeah, you got to commit to this side of the point, and they are doing so, right? Having Sleepy onto that Loki instead of the Lunar Snow, they have that situation sorted. And Cal just removes Zelos. Obviously, the red's still available, so he's going to be back into the fight, but I mean, that's already cooldowns used. Everybody's pressed back. NK also, so far, has been insane. Both Cooper and Zelos going to fall yet again, and Envy handedly take this first fight.
Wow, no Hella, no problem. You know, Adam Warlock is like hella light at times, and he just showed that there as Remix, again, also I think a bit more comfortable on the thing than Spark Chief. Really good opening pick, and more importantly, the passive use, and they have that, you know, to use for them. NK having 85% of the ult ready to go, and they're going to have plenty of strategies. So Pink going to be close here to the Mantis ult, followed by Sleepy. They have their pick at the litter.
Yeah, they really do. Currently playing it back. We'll see if it's a tempo play from Paint. They know the rotation's coming through the left side of the map, so they just match them right now. Just kind of feeling each other out. 20% of the board. Fly trying to get to the height, and they do so off the jump pad now. With high ground advantage, what do they do? How do they play this? Immediate engage into the thing, just engaging towards the high ground. Counter on the side by NK with an ultimate, though. You force energies, Mantis ult in the backside, so both teams sort of peeling back now as Remix and Envy kind of rubber band back into the fight. Clobbering time committed by Spark Chief. Doesn't connect onto 4. It does, but everybody's still healthy, especially since Envy just got the copy off of Sleepy, then comes back through with the fate of both worlds. Remix still sitting available with a clobbering time, also connects over the strategist, but are they alive still? They are. Here comes the Meteor M from space into the sky, connects on Zelos. He's gonna go away, but Light, after that ultimate's used, able to connect onto Cal, so both of the Star, or both of the Adam Warlocks moves out of the fight. However, Cal's the one with the right direct, no energy, alive on the left side angle, able to take down Pink. Cal also gonna fall again, and FlyQuest are back in it.
My goodness. Oh, Fly, hold on now. Fly flipping it on. The heals here with the res coming up. Starlord able to res back too. We saw just about every single ultimate come to play. It's still holding on to the point though, so the stall is in their favor. Light though does get the quick tick with vibes and violence there for the Starlord. Taking out now Paints. Now Space going for energy, and there's the massive res coming from Envy.
What a huge res. Holy smokes. Remix comes back through, slam dunk onto Spark Chief. Still in control of the point. I thought it was over for Envy, but it was in fact not. 96%. I don't think FlyQuest expected that. I mean, they still have Mantis ult for the next match, for the next round. Envy get the job done.
Dude, yeah, Peter Quill is just turning that point into a dance floor. Man, here comes the portal. NK to match them immediately there with the damage boost up from the Mantis, trying to get an early pick and poke damage, and immediately great use of the Soulbound there to keep everyone out. There comes the clobbering time from Remix, but no bullets to get that going. Paint going as well, and energy matching the Mantis. So everybody's staying up yet again to follow. Quite not there. Cal's gonna have to wait 20 more seconds for that Soulbound. Doesn't need it though, because he gets rid of Caston with the quick shot and the bang to the head. Now we've got a quick Loki copy to try to get everybody up there, and that's a thing of beauty.
It is a thing of beauty, although FlyQuest, now they've rotated back to the point. They've also been able to full res Gaslit here, coming back onto the res of the passive from both Mantis and Adam Warlock. Both keep each other alive. Slept though, no, but they wake him up, and everybody else is here from Light. With that ultimate over the high ground. Space connects onto energy though. Nice job from him. He's been so good on Magneto, but he's gonna need some follow-up right now. And NK is here. Gets shot down from the sky though, from Gasklin. What a huge ultimate Eye of Agamotto though. He's back into the fight. However, Light's still here with the blasters into his face, and FlyQuest towards the point do have the Starlord advantage. However, everybody's healed up on the side of Envy, and they've just shut down Gasklin after he's made that swap to Dr. Strange.
Man, and I've seen this story before. Gaston has been getting insane ultimates in this entire Invitational. I've seen it time and time again, but they're unable to completely take advantage of it. I mean, what? NK, by the way, who needs Bucky Barnes? Who needs Winter Soldier? He's showing out big time on Star-Lord there. And they're looking into this next match. Cal has the Resurrection. Not much to help against that. If we look, we do have Spark Chief able to set up, but no follow really as they go into this next fight.
I mean, that was so one-dimensional. It just did not work out for them. Like, they go with the Soul Bomb. They think they can live, but Gaston just goes down. Bow, clobber time! Just shuts it all down for Envy. Here comes Remix back with his own, but I mean, nobody's here. Nobody's here, man. Nobody's gonna follow you up. Paint commits the ultimate throw to the backside. Or sorry, Energy does commit the ultimate on the backside, and everybody else is just found After that one, what an engage from FlyQuest.
And Zealous just completely got rid of Sleepy's ultimate. I heard your powers are dead. Did not get that out and completely shut down Loki, as you would see from Thanos or Thor in the MCU. Zealous, huge play there. And Gal does still have that ultimate to set up this fight. They have a couple of strategist things that they can pull out. Light, though, with the ultimate to at least poke and maybe bait that strategist out as they head in here. And there it is, man. There's the ultimate to get things going for Paint. Gaskin trying to keep up the shield, trying to keep everybody alive, and not able to do so without having to peel back and get some help. Light going in, going for the elimination, taking down the clone of Star-Lord NK. Massive pick.
Finding his counterpart, no passive available. Cal also gets found on the inside. Remix built up those ultimates, but he slept again. Both of these Mantis players connecting with those sleeps has been huge. However, everybody's falling back to the point now. FlyQuest trying to slow things down. Maybe look for their engage with this Eye of Agamotto like they had before. Also to set up Zelos with some space in the high ground. Here comes the Eye of Agamotto to connect on the NK, who does have that passive to self-res. And Remix also falls after committing the ultimate and getting absolutely no value. Full res by Cal. Brings back his teammates on the backside. Zelos still holding on to his. Also, NK goes into the sky with a Star Little. What can he connect onto? Everybody's avoiding him. Light will go down, but can be brought back by a Resurrect. Also with the Mantis ultimate, he's able to go back into the fight. So with that, FlyQuest trying to find Sleepy, able to do so, and without the Loki in this fight, that's going to be brutal. Paint's ultimate not going to get as much value here. Space trying to slowly get rid of energy, and he is going to do so, but he also still has that Resurrect. Cooper's also going to fall. Everybody's falling kind of like flies, but Zelos understands the situation they're in. Pops the res, FlyQuest losing members, but they come right back into the fight, and Light's there on the high ground. Soulblon keeps everybody a little bit healthy, so they can fall back into the crystals and stay alive. They still do not have full control. FlyQuest in control of the objective. 5% to go, and the rest of FlyQuest know that. Rotating into Envy, making them feel as uncomfortable as possible. Paint resurrects back in the fight, but losing Remix yet again is so brutal because of how much damage the thing does. And Spark Chief just able to shut out Paint, close out on the main side. Nobody else can really stay alive on the side of Envy or touch the point. We're all tied up.
My goodness. I mean, a lot of that just came down to there was a limit almost open up with the Eye if he so chooses, but they have Spark Chief as well. 2 combo setups, and we'll see what they do to follow it.
Yeah, those combos are available, and they know it's coming, right? Envy, you gotta play around it. Here comes that Eye of Agamotto. Remix stun, dead. Goodbye, buddy. NK. I mean, your ult was not gonna do anything here, man. I mean, the rest of the team falls. FlyQuest handedly won this first fight off of an Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, and that's the problem. If you don't have a Doctor Strange in that shield, it's like Magneto ain't gonna do much with a bubble or two to keep everybody from the Eye. That was a huge setup, and good on them for capitalizing on that very early on. Spark Chief still has his combo wombo with the clobber in time and putting the aggression to the max here as Light's trying to get something going with the early pick. You've got Paint taking out Spark Chief though for a flip.
Yeah, I mean, that was so much damage into Spark Chief. He didn't expect that. Also did use the ultimate, so he just heard it's pluck, and then he just immediately falls over. Now Envy walk on up and out of there, using some of that pressure. Here comes Space into the sky to eat some of the ultimate from the Star-Lord. Yeet City to Cooper on the backside to shut down that MVP in Space, doing it all himself on the Magneto. Truly Envy's MVP right now.
Threads the needle, man. That is a hard shot to hit on that Star-Lord. I mean, I've tried that multiple times, coming up way short, and that was a thing of beauty there. Not only just landing the hit on the strategist Coop to slow them down, I mean, hats off to Space there. He just single-handedly did the work.
He's been putting in the work all tournament. Let's see if he can keep it up without the Meteor M. That's so much damage removed, but Space, you know, with this poke meta, this is why we talked to players before. They mentioned how Magneto kind of edges out Doctor Strange at points in terms of just neutral game poke. Ultimates available for both team sides. Strategist ults are online. That's how you know we may not see too many people go down. Though Gaskin just gets doinked by Paint. Thus far on the Mantis, looks amazing. Born again, though, committed on the backside. Will bring back Gaskin into this fight. NK understanding the situation is, just wants to go delete everybody. Decide, I will easily bring everybody back towards that resurrect point. Take advantage in terms of positioning, and they're able to do so right now. FlyQuest, though, in the choke point. Maybe they want to come back through. Remix sitting with the clobbering time. Delete Spark Chief on the back. No, Red's going to bring Spark Chief back into this fight either, though. Remix goes down, so both of the things fall over like paper. Gaskin, Eye of Agamotto connected, but look who's here on the flank on the cow! It's Energy with the timing of the sentry right into the resurrect of Cal. Everybody comes back, pops the ultimate, just kind of becomes an invulnerability character because he's just walking back towards the point. Meteor M towards the sky isn't going to catch on anybody necessarily right now. Understanding he's given a lot more space to work with, just tracks down NK and the rest of FlyQuest working around the objective.
Yo, I mean, this is an ultimate rave. Like, this is absolute insanity, just trading back and forth. If it's not an Adam revival, it's the portal back, and they're just trying to hang on now as 85% is closing on an Envy. Yet another legendary from NK to capitalize on Cooper. This time, though, nothing to bring it back and hold it as Energy goes down as well. And with the rest from Energy happening, using that passive. But this is going to be rough as Gaskin closing in on the Eye of Agamotto. That pick earlier, huge to slow down the progress to grab that. Now Cal eliminating Light, gets the Ago out, and it does nothing. Envy just turns the entire battle with Paint playing out of their mind.
Playing out of their mind. Resurrect will bring back everybody here. Overtime also ticking down, so this fight is somehow not over just yet. Also, the heals come back onto Paint. It was Eye of Agamotto from Remix, who now is on the Doctor Strange, but it's Gaslin sitting with his. Looks for Sleepy. Does it connect? He does. Sleepy removed from the team fight. Energy also has the Mantis ultimate, and FlyQuest off of a portal are back in it.
Yeah, I mean, wow. It was the swapped Eye of Agamotto change there was massive. I mean, just complete perfection there to get the point over. There's so much life being brought back into this that it's just a swap of ult to ult. Light having theirs ready to go. Energy able to pop it as well. Plenty to go against Envy, but Sleepy Cow ready. They need to find the Atom here if they want to win this, or he's just going to bring them back, and round we go.
Round we might go. Copy from Sleepy there, waiting to use the ultimate, obviously, until the very last moment. They just want to walk up, take a lot of space. Oh, no. That's a little bit too light. Space falls. Resurrect brings back the members that they just lost, though. So Space will be back in. Here comes the Legendary on the backside, though. Is it met by anything? It's a Mantis ultimate, so they have to back on out of there. Everybody else is playing slow. Light understands the situation he's in. Maybe thinking Space has ultimate. Clobbering time from Remix connects on the Light and Energy, but no damage is there. And Cooper, he's still holding on to his ult too in case anything comes from the high ground. Light now able to do so. Able to put in a lot of damage, but Paint is there with the follow-up to connect onto that Star-Lord to make sure that ultimate doesn't find as much value. And guess who's coming up on an Eye of Agamotto? It's Gasklin again. Cooper and Fly just rushing into the back line with the stuns, with the CC. Freezes one, goes on the Cal. Can they find the turnaround? On to Paint, they do so. Both of those resurrects are still available. However, in towards the point, the tanks of Envy are trading backlines. Paint back in it. Zello's gone. He surely has a wreck as well. And oh my god, Remix gets it done to the Gasklin to make sure that Eye of Agamotto won't be here. He doesn't have portal either. Resurrect though by Zellos is back. So those members that just went down are back in the team fight. Gasklin still has the Eye of Agamotto. And it connects! And it connects so well, but no follow-up is there. Gasklin's the one to take his life. In this case, he falls. Follow-up from Paint and Envy is there. They do it in overtime, winning map number 1.
Sweet goodness, the rest to come back. And here goes high ground to low ground. Let's get this thing started.
Get it started. They go off to the high ground. The last time we've seen Envy and 100 Thieves play each other, this high ground was heavily contested. FlyQuest, however, first ones to contest it, control that space, drop down towards the point. No ultimates, however, right now. So we're just going to see, who has that pickup potential. How many Loki clones can get removed before the fight actually begins. Right now, it seems like the little platform just had so much damage go into it that it's removed. Soul Bond by both teams. Committed that cooldown. Sleep on a Gasplin slows him down for now. Also, both things kind of going into each other. Also, Loki Crystal's committed. So many cooldowns committed by these strategist players, but because of it, they're in the advantage in terms of Team Envy. They walk back in, though. Once healthy, the side of FlyQuest able to walk towards Remix, force him out of the fight. Backs onto their Legendary over the high ground. NK able to build back Legend. Do they have the follow-up strategist ultimate? They do. Keep Light alive. As also available. Copy also comes through from Sleepy. Here comes a huge ult. Clobber in time, but it's met by strategist ultimates, Cozy.
Yeah, yet again, it's just perfection there. The Cooper getting his ult just at the right time there as Energy eliminates Paint. NK popping the Legendary right away. Energy now going on Cow, taking both out. Light following Paint. Cow does get the resurrect there. And down comes the Meteor. Cow now flipping and getting the resurrections happening for them. So again, it's right where we left up on Hell Heaven. We're back here in Wakanda. but we do have the point going towards Envy. They did get the tick enough to get things rolling for them. And right now, this is tough as Remix is able to just get so much pressure here on the double shield. Wow,
but that's a huge ultimate from Gasklin. Goodbye to your backline. Goodbye to your point. Light
Cooper's gonna be able to respond. I mean, I can't even tell you how many microseconds there was in the difference of those ults coming up at the right time. Light now trying to get a little damage there on the Mantis, showing up there. And here it is, the setup. But again, where's the follow-up? Can you get something to happen? Spark Chief using that ultimate clobber in time. Nothing to result from it. But Envy Space does get the pick there on Gaston. Major to get this thing pushing.
Yeah, Ryan's going to bring back both of these players. Also, Mantis ultimate to keep everybody healthy and alive. Sleepy also with the copy. Did find Cooper. So they're just able to walk in. Or sorry, no, Sleepy copied the Mantis, so they just would walk in, able to match that Luna Snow ultimate. Clobber in time on the backside, not able to connect too heavily, although it does force the Mantis ultimate. Meanwhile, Energy, or Paint, will pop theirs to match it. Space still sitting back with the Meteor M because Light has the ultimate. Now he's going to pop that Meteor M. Who does he look for? Does he get the one shot? No, he does! On to Zelos. Also, Light goes down to NK with his own Galactic in the sky. There's no Meteor M to match it on the side of Team FlyQuest. They're going to have to rely on Reses now to come back into the fight. They do have those natural abilities to come back into the fight. Zelos, though, able to take down Remix, so it's kind of going back towards the side of FlyQuest. The momentum back in their favor. Everybody's sort of weak, but it's NK, the one to fall to Light, has the Resurrect available. Still, FlyQuest in control of the point.
Light's going off as Star-Lord and really doing well against NK. I mean, this is insane, being able to flop, and that's how important those passives are and when to use it. I'm seeing Fly really hanging on to theirs, using it at the right time to flip the point, and they were able to, honestly, they had no business keeping that point after what just happened, and they were able to come back, reset the right way. Thing of beauty. I mean, we're seeing exactly what we saw at the last time. There comes Gaskin with the Eye of Agamotto. Will there be capitalization out of it? Zealous taking out Remix in it, and that might be it, but that might be enough.
Yeah, it did force the Resurrect, but he's going to come back into the fight healthy. Zelos also has his. We'll see how he wants to position. Paint commits the Mantis ultimate, so they're going to get aggressive towards Zelos. Cal, obviously looking for that trade on the flank, is very aggressive. Spark Chief goes in to counter him. Bubble use to keep Cal alive. Clobber in time also from Remix to sustain in the back line. Light also goes into the sky. Pop the ultimate on NK. Is able to take down NK as well. Unfortunately, the Meteor M from space just not close enough to that Star-Lord in the sky. Meanwhile, Sleepy is just on the high ground. Able to take down Sparky. Peeled there, but it's Gaslit on the low ground. Removes Cal from the fight. Light on the other side. Taken out by Remix. But Zelos with a huge Resurrect on the other side of the map is going to bring the team back into it. Who's going to have the ultimate next? That's what we're looking for right now. It doesn't matter as Paint removes Light. He's not going to be in the fight now. And Paint is going to go incredibly aggressive. Tries to hit the sleep dart, but he's not able to hit it. Paint still on the right side, pressing out this back line. So many strategists removed from the fight. Zelos trades back Paint. Eventually, Eye of Agamotto from Gasplin! Again! It could be huge, but Sleepy fell. Paint's back in the fight due to the Resurrect. In space, able to take down Zelos and Gasplin. It's Envy who brought it back, but Cooper committing the ultimate, and FlyQuest wants to keep fighting this.
Dance floor coming out with it, and say it with me again, born again, because Cal's at 96%. We're about to see it come again as Space is going to get a Meteor, though, to try to get something rolling, but this Soulbound, great usage there to keep everybody alive. NK going with the Legendary, trying to get things rolling. Energy keeping everybody up. It's a perfect stagger of the strategist. We're saying a recap because the portal's back. Hello, neighbor. Cal looking to trying to get some picks. Sleepy probably still at the top there. And Cal getting the pick on the Zealous and has the res. Legendary coming out from Light, trying to get the important pick, but the Lantern's coming out at the perfect time.
And they got the flip, so overtime doesn't tick down anymore. Envy, they have all the space in that fight. Is adding years onto our lives, years onto these players' lives right now is Envy. Just playing it back, right? We're kind of back to this neutral at the moment. 70% of the board. Remix ready to go with the clobber in time. Can he connect flush? Zelos also does have that rest, so he's going to try not to get hit by it. Remix goes aggressive, does have that jump onto his teammate, and also forces an ultimate with the clobber in time. Now they back on out of there. Trying to play this yo-yo very well. Light gonna go down. Does have that self-res whenever he wants to use it. Also, ultimate's running out. Sleepy on the high ground. Has to give it the position, but here's NK to follow it up. Understanding Sleepy was a bit of a bait. Light's not gonna have that res, but the res from Zelos is there to bring everybody back. We're 5% away from Envy taking it. Can anybody touch on the side of FlyQuest? It looks like the answer is yes. They come in with Energy's ultimate, committing the Mantis. Gasplin drops down for Paint. Does take him out as well. Is the res there to bring him back into the fight. Sleepy's very close to that coffee, but is he going to build it up in time to save space? The answer is obviously no. Remix falls low. The rest of the Envy also falls. Nobody else going to be here. Is the teleporter potentially going to be here in time? Because overtime is now ticking down.
Yeah, here we go. It's going to be an any minute. Paint trying to go to the Doctor Strange. Can he get the portal out in time? Yes, but Zealous getting the big pick on Sleepy, taking down the Loki swap before the ultimate coming out. Now Cal going down NK as Gaston lands the Eye of Agamotto. Light sweeping it up. Spark Chief, and that was who used the board again at the right time, same time, and Fly capitalizing on it. What right away as the battle's going to commence, and we pick up where we left off.
Yeah, Clopper in time connects onto 3. Everybody's low and Fly. The follow-up is there. Res available for both Energy and Zelos. Oof, I don't think they're going to use it, though. Just want to get that quick reset.
Initiate. Here's the portal coming in. They saved it at the start, and it is starting now. NK, we do have Cooper's ultimate to be able to protect everybody. Light counter ulting here.
Nobody found by the meteor by space. I mean, it did counter that Star-Lord temporarily. Meanwhile, on the high ground, Spark Chief trying to pressure out the strategist, and the follow-up is there from Light onto 3 members. But guess who those 3 members are? It's the Guardians of the freaking Galaxy. Cal back, NK back, Paint back in this fight. They're going to be here. Cal also has the ready to go. Sleepy does get caught out, but teleports to a clone. Meanwhile, MK takes down Zelos, who did have that res, so that's a huge pickoff from them. He's not going to be in this fight, and now the rest of the team is back in. Wait, just kidding. Zelos did have that res. He's back in the fight, actually, with the ultimate. Connects onto himself, or Cal, rather, is going to bring people back into this fight for Team Envy. They just walk on in here, but FlyQuest, Gasplin, sitting with that Eye of Agamotto. Clopper in time onto Zelos. Can they connect onto him? They do so. Gasplin also falls. Envy in this fight and able to take the wins slowly.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zelos did not have the cooldown of the resurrection for himself. He could have been able to flip the script there. That was a great Clopper in time to shut down Zelos. He couldn't move and got picked off from there. And that was actually going to lean towards Fly there, with Gas being able to set up the team. But great usage of ultimate. Just first of all, these Star-Lords have their hands full. First of all, you've got Light having to worry about Sleepy, who always seems to be in a different location as Loki, just poking down, prodding, being the annoying god of trickery as we've seen him in the MCU. Heck, if you're first watching Rivals and this is the match you're watching, this feels like an MCU movie, dude. This is nuts.
Absolutely nuts, man. And now FlyQuest just want to walk in. They didn't have portal, so they're just going to go in raw right now over to the high ground. NK drops the ultimate as he connects. He's going to force any ultimates out. He does so. Meanwhile, what does the other side want to do? Was it Light want to do? Oh no, Energy and Zelos both just fall. Eye of Agamotto's here, but as a follow-up, going to be on the top side. No, because the crystals are there from Sleepy. Perfectly placed in that instance. And also, here comes that Clopper in time. Legendary of the high ground does meet Space's Meteor M, and Paint is meeting the front of Spark Chief Space with his leaves and is diving to the high ground as well, playing as aggressive as all can be, but is eventually found by Light. So they're bringing it back into the fight right now. NK able to take down Gaston, removing the presence that is him on that Doctor Strange, and Envy still have a good control of this point. They get it done. Tie it up.
Wow, really the only difference why that wasn't as crazy, still crazy, just fine. Gaston taking the fight to them right away. They want the aggro. They want the pressure. Let's get this thing started. Not a lot of ultimates to follow outside of Zelos, and they have the ultimates on the flip side. Envy can set up the Clobber in time. Will we see it right away? Yes, we do. Bang goes to Zelos, and Zelos going down yet again. Does finally have that passive, I'm sure. Light going down to follow. Huge Clobber in time. We have seen so many of those come out, Dogman, and getting the value as Envy's trying to get the point right away, get the ticks rolling for them. But no, they're trying to put up the fight. Spark Chief coming in, trying to make a presence. Not enough, because we've got the Mantis Soul popping. Here comes yet another Mantis as we have Loki copy, and this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of the chaos as Cal's got the ult, Zelos has it. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Also, Gasplin still sitting with that Eye of Agamotto. Zelos and Light both committing that passive as he's moving forward. Eye of Agamotto's here, connects on to Sleepy. Follow-up is there, potentially from Light. He does shut down Remix. Space also falls. Born again? No! Nobody's born again! Cal dies immediately with the ultimate. That's going to go back to pretty much nowhere. 0% of the board. What a shutdown from Energy and the rest of FlyQuest.
That's what we're seeing, man. It's who is controlling the Adam Warlock, right? We saw it with Zealous in the Resurrections. We saw in the first map, and who capitalized the comms better. There it is again. That's a massive miss because it takes a long time to get that ultimate, that Resurrection happening. But Remix does have that copper in time yet again. There it is, right on cue. But this time, the Mantis Soul able to keep everybody alive as Light's trying to get that poke in time, clobber in time in exchange from Spark Chief. Can they follow up? No, they can't. But here comes Space with the Meteor going down, landing on Light. Cal, though, there he is, getting 2 in a row, but Zealous bringing them all back yet again, and Cal's not going to have his res to counter, so can they capitalize? We've got the undefeatables coming out from the Mantis. They're pushing into point. They're trying to get it here, and Paint just trying to get something rolling to start this team fight yet again.
They didn't even give up the point. They're still on it. FlyQuest, 50% of the board now, and maybe that's why we don't see a whole lot of domination, is because cases like this where you feel like you're winning a fight, oh, everybody's resurrected, and now we're confused. So FlyQuest are in a good spot.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, we're just seeing exactly the punishment of Cal losing that resurrection there, and just how much it just, you can't snowball. You can't snowball what you have. Now, NK, really the only ult available. They use just about everything there. Sleepy able to get a little something going here at the next team fight. But Light looking to try to get early aggression. Gaston, if he can get that ultimate, is going to be huge. We've got the first legendary coming out from NK with the lanterns going down. We're going to see if Light is going to respond. He's holding on to his patiently. That could be the difference in this match as Cal's growing close to that point again. Zealous at 50% now. There's Gaston with the AoE, the Agamotto, and he capitalizes. 1, 2, 3, bang, dead, making 4, 5, and there's the 6th.
Yeah, they're just going to spawn camp too. No portal from Doctor Strange. Nobody can touch. Did everybody go down too? Yeah, this is not going to go overtime. We are done. FlyQuest tie the series up.
At times, I swear that felt like my first game in a bronze.